Good morning, it's Claire Jones here from Your One Life for Healthy Weight Solutions, and I'm here with you live on Monday the 26th of June 2023, 9:30 in the morning for Monday Morning Matters episode 46, which is all about practical ways to manage your portion sizes. And also I'm going to be telling you about my free challenge that's starting in July. And those of you who have been in the group for a while will know what they're all about. Those of you who are new, please listen carefully because I'm going to tell you what it's all about. So I am unusually outside for doing this session because I've just had to drop my car into the garage. Some of you will know I had a little bit of a mishap when I visited a hotel recently and managed to scrape my car. So it's just been taken in to get fixed, and the walk home, I thought it's just so lovely out here. Rather than dash home to try and do the live at home, I'll just do it while I'm out here, and I'm going to share my view with you because this is just so amazing. So that is my view. Oh, I can't see the castle from here. I'm going to have to move so I can show you the castle. There we go. There's Dover Castle, and then over there is the port. And you can see there's a ferry out there at the moment, which is really gorgeous. I'm going to go and sit back down again. I've got my dog here, April. Some of you will know April. There she is. So she's just having a little nosy around while I'm sitting here talking to you. I'll try not to get blown away, so it's a little bit windy out here. So anyway, welcome to everyone who's joined the group recently. Just to let you know and see a little bit about the group. This isn't a weight loss program, okay? I don't do weight loss programs. What I do is I do a program that helps you to prepare for whatever weight loss journey you want to take. I help you to discover for yourself what's going to suit you. And not only that, the best bit is actually be able to stick to whatever it is that you choose, because my work is all about the mindset. So the work that we do in this group is a little bit of that, but also a little bit of just practical stuff, a little bit of general support. Obviously, if you want more than that, then you would need to obviously come into one of my paid services, but prices do start at £37 a month, so it is very affordable. I also have some books available, which again are very affordable, sort of self-help type things. So if you like the way that I work and you don't feel that you can afford to work with me in a more detailed capacity, then there are other resources there. Do take a look around in the Facebook group, in the About section, the Features section. Go through all of the videos where you'll find all the Monday Morning Matters videos previously that I've done. Sorry, just got to untangle April from her lead. So, you know, there's plenty of resources here to help you, but you will need to take a look around. I'm not here to spoon feed because I don't have time to do that, unfortunately. I need to obviously prioritise my time for my paying customers, but I do have this group here for you, but it will be up to you to take a look around and find the resources that you think will help. And of course, tune in every Monday morning when I do these videos and take part in the monthly challenges. I was doing them every month, but that was starting to become a little bit too much, so I've now reduced them to every other month. So we did the last one in May. July one obviously is about to start, but before I go on to that, I'll just tell you a little bit about obviously the topic for today, which is about portion sizes. Now, that's been the theme for this month's Monday Morning Matters is portion sizes. You know, what's the problem? First of all, that was the first thing that I talked about. Then I talked about, well, what actually is an appropriate portion size, and then last week I gave you a little bit more information about, you know, how to manage portion sizes. So we looked at you know, things like you know, having a, you know, how you divide your plate up, using your hands as a good guide for portions. But today, what I'm really going to be talking about is, you know, that's all very well having the practical stuff, but actually, what we really need to be getting into is changing our mindset around the portion sizes, and that is sort of working with our bodies instead of against them, because the problem that we have is that we are designed to eat when food is available and to not care about portion sizes. So of course, when we're actually having to work on portion sizes, we have to actively think about it. You know, we're not just gonna eat less. If we're used to eating more, we're not just gonna eat less just like that. So we have to work with ourselves and think about, well, what are the things that we need to do to become more aware? So in addition to the things that I mentioned last week, there are three things that I think fit very, very nicely together that will really help. And the first one is to make sure that you're hungry. Okay, there is no point in eating when you're not hungry, because if you eat when you're not hungry, your body doesn't need the food. Okay, so all that's going to happen is you're going to end up putting on fat. And we don't want that if we're trying to manage our weight, do we? We don't want that. So number one, make sure that you are hungry. And as you are eating, pay attention to that hunger. And is it reducing? Because if it's reducing, then your body isn't going to need as much food, which means that you don't have to finish what's in front of you. So if you're finding that you're constantly having to kind of, work on yourself with this, and finding that you are always in a battle with yourself about, I mustn't finish everything on your plate, well, just take stock of actually how much you are eating until you start feeling that you're getting full, or at least satisfied and no longer hungry, and then serve that amount next time, so you don't put as much on your plate first time in the first place. Yeah. So that's number one. The second thing is to make sure that you eat slowly, because if you eat fast, you don't give your brain the chance to catch up to the fact that you don't need any more food. So by eating slowly, we can really start to pay attention to that point where we actually stop feeling hungry and we're feeling satisfied. And it's interesting because when we really tune into that, we notice that the food stops being so enjoyable. So some of you may have seen my little graphic that I made, which I call the law of diminishing taste. Now, some people say, that doesn't apply to me. Well, I'm willing to bet that if you give it enough time and practice, it will. You need to just start tuning into your body's signals and tuning into what you're feeling, as opposed to just sort of going on autopilot. Because when you really listen to your body, you will notice that food starts becoming less enjoyable. And that is the point where we need to stop. So it's about really tuning into yourself and really noticing that. And then the third thing is to use a smaller plate and cutlery, okay? Because in doing so, you can trick your brain into thinking that you're having less than you actually are. So if you use a big plate, then, we're going to fill the plate, aren't we? If you use a smaller plate, then you can fill the plate, but your brain still thinks that you're having a nice big meal. And if you're eating that slowly and you're stopping when you stop feeling hungry, those three things together are absolute magic. So that's my advice for you in terms of how to manage portion sizes, okay? So let me know what you think about that. I would absolutely love to know if you're going to try any of those things. If you feel that all three all in one go is a bit too much, then just start with one. And then once you feel confident that you're mastering that, then move on to the next one, and so on and so forth. So let me know if that was helpful and whether you're going to try anything. And I'd love to know, if you are watching, do say hello in the comments, because it just helps Facebook to know that you like to watch these videos. It also helps other people to know that I've gone live. So if you are watching either live or on catch up, just let me know. I'd love to know when people have watched these things, and even if they've been helpful. So anyway, I'm going to run out of time soon. So just to then move on now to the July challenge. So in May, we did a theme. So every month when I do these monthly challenges, I don't tell you what to do, okay? I give you a list of ideas, okay? And the idea behind that is that you then choose from that list what you think is going to work for you. And I want you to be thinking about, from the list that I'm going to give you, which I will share with you later today, because I'm out and about, as you can see. I will share with you later today what's going to be on the list. And what you need to be doing is thinking about from two perspectives. One is, which of these things on this list is going to get me the biggest win, okay? Is it going to make the biggest difference to what you do, to your life, in terms of managing your weight? And then the second thing I want you to consider is, which one is going to be easiest for you to actually implement? Because there's no point in going for the biggest win if it's going to be feeling really impossible for you to actually implement it. So what we want to do is find the best fit between something that's going to be really easy to implement and also is going to make a big difference. So I want you to have a look at the list when you get it, and have a look and see which one you think is going to work for you. Now, please don't choose more than one. The problem that we all have when we decide to lose weight is we try and do everything all at once. And of course, if we try and do everything all at once, we just spread ourselves so thinly that actually we can't stick to anything. You can eventually do that after a little while. Once you get more confident with what you're doing, you can sort of, once you've got confident with the first thing, then the next time you can choose another thing to go alongside that, until eventually you've got a few things that you're actually being really consistent with, and then the combination of all of those things is what's going to make the difference. But we as humans, changing our behaviour is not a natural thing to have to do. We have to force ourselves to do this. So there are a lot of moving parts to this, and if we are not strong in a particular area, so let's say we're really feeling really stressed and tired, you know, all our best intentions are just going to go out the window. We'll end up just following the path of least resistance and doing what we've always done. And that's what we need to try and avoid. So if we're trying to focus on too many things all at once, then chances are we'll just go, oh, I can't be bothered, and then do nothing. Whereas if you say, actually, what's my non-negotiable? What's my number one non-negotiable thing that is going to get me the results that I want? And if I do that, everything else may over time start to fall into place. Because it's when you start getting consistent with something, and that builds your confidence in yourself, that you can keep going, and then you get more motivated. It's really exciting. So pick your one non-negotiable. So what happens, those of you who've done this before will know, but for those of you who are new, what happens is I'm going to share this list with you later today. So you're going to choose what one thing you're going to do, okay, and the theme is going to be about overcoming overeating. So there's a few things that are on the list which I will obviously let you have a look at, but just to give you an idea, it's things like tracking your food. So if you know that tracking food makes a difference to you, then you might want to choose that one. It could be, you know, perhaps reducing or eliminating unnecessary snacks. So if you're used to having maybe 4 or 5 snacks a day, could you reduce that down to 3? If you're used to having 2 snacks a day and you know that actually when you're not really hungry, then could you reduce that to 1 or actually eliminate it? I mean, snacks in themselves are not a bad thing. The issue is when we're snacking when we're not hungry, or if we're snacking on things that are, you know, greater in portion than we need. So so it's those sorts of things like maybe you know, having a sleep routine, because the problem is that if we're not sleeping very well, that can really influence our appetite the next day, and our body starts telling us lies and telling us that we're hungry when we're actually not, because our appetite signals are all mucked up because we haven't had a good night's sleep. Plus we tend to reach for the stuff that we crave that isn't, you know, particularly healthy for us, that we need to try and limit our consumption of. Notice I said limit, not eliminate, because we don't want to be eliminating all of our favourite foods, especially when we're, you know, the way that we're marketed to. If we try and cut out everything we like, the only thing that's going to happen eventually is we'll end up eating it when we didn't intend to, and then destroy our carefully constructed self-belief and confidence and motivation, and then, you know, end up back where we started. So I know I've packed quite a lot into this little live, but that's what's going to happen. So the challenge will start on the 1st of July. It will run to the 31st of July. You don't have to be perfect, okay? You have 5 days that you can not follow the challenge and still go into the prize draw. But you have to post every day, okay? You have to post every day what you did, because if you don't, you won't be able to go into the prize draw, okay? I'm going to get quite strict about this, because the whole point of this challenge is about the community support and helping you to be accountable. So you've got to post every day, even if it went pear-shaped, doesn't matter. Just post every day, because the days that you don't want to post are probably the days that you need to post the most, because that's when you'll get the support. You know, there is no shame here, there is no guilt here, because eating more than we need is a natural thing to do. There is no shame in that, okay? There's no shame in being human. We are conditioned to think that that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, it's not good for our health, but it's what we're programmed to do. So it's no wonder it's difficult. Okay, now I'm going to leave it there, because it's now 8:45 and 9:45 even, and I've got to go into my accountability club and give them their task for this week, and I also need to get home by 10 o'clock, so I've got a bit of a fast walk to do now. And I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments. I haven't seen any comments coming up, but they often don't while I'm doing this live. So I will come back to you later if you've made a comment or you've asked a question, and I will see you all in the group, and I will be posting the challenge details later today. So keep an eye. Take care. Bye bye.